Throw away that evil plastic.
That's the one other sanity.
I like the fact that our extra life goal has moved into the corner.
It did.
It's strange.
It's almost like it moved on its own. So the first thing we're going to do, this is Cthulhu Realms. It's basically Star Realms. It's made by the same designer of Star Realms, but it's obviously in the Cthulhu mythos. This is as close as we could zoom in with and still have people see everybody's stuff, so it'll be a little bit messy. We'll try to play, like if Ian plays his cards above his sanity thing, if I play mine to the right, Beth has a section. She can play hers. This is your starting deck. We start out with 2 goons, 2 initiates, and 6 followers. I'll explain what everything does. I'll probably have to shuffle my deck again, because I'm going to probably use these to show some of that.
I haven't even shuffled mine.
We'll use yours then.
Okay.
Because mine I did already shuffle.
Alright. So
I'll just steal those for just a second. Just because they have like what these mean.
Yeah.
So first let's find out who the first player is. We're going to use this die. Whoever the first player is will kind of hold the die as well. Because this doesn't change. It's like Kingdom Builder. Once you're first player, you're always first player for the game.
who shall be first?
16.
Okay.
Oh.
The coaster says me.
Yeah.
So what that means is... Why did I put that on 15? Let's put that on 20 where it belongs.
So it sparkles.
Yeah. Okay, so when we draw, I'm going to be drawing 3 cards. You guys will be drawing 5.
Okay.
Normally at the end of each turn you're going to draw 5, but the first player, because I have the full market to start with and that sort of thing, I always start with 3.
Okay.
Star Realms is very similar. You may notice this looks weird. This is the trade area. This is, of course, our draw deck. That's the other initiates that you can choose to buy, just like the Explorers in Star Realms. But because the way this game is set up, it's actually, I like it a little bit better as far as how Star Realms works, because in Star Realms you have 1 trade row. When you have 3 or 4 players, you kind of have a shorter trade row. So instead of 5 cards, you have 3 cards, you have multiple rows, 1 for each player. Now, that doesn't mean you're limited to buy from just 1 row. So the way it works is you buy, this is my play area, this is Ian's play area, and technically it's the top, because I had to do it like a T, because normally it's a triangle.
Right.
The top area is best player. So I can buy from here or here. Ian can buy from here or here, and Beth can buy from here or there.
Okay, makes sense.
So you actually get an extra card, essentially, when you think about it. If you're playing with 2 players, you only get 5. We have 6 to choose from.
Nice.
The same rules apply when you purchase a card. You immediately draw a new one and place it out. So you're not having to look at just the existing inventory continuously. You can buy, just like with Star Realms. You can see what comes out first and then choose to buy or not buy, depending on what your preference might be. Slide this over a little bit. All right. I have to use this to explain it because I haven't actually played this before, and while it's similar, it's not the same. So it's for start player. It says the player who most recently went insane goes first.
Oh, nice.
So I guess if you flipped out at work, you can go first. But we're just gonna do the way we do it. We roll a die. That person will draw 3. The others will draw 5. We're gonna talk about the breakdown of the cards.
That looks like a face.
It does.
The lights with the thing.
It's not a face?
No.
Oh, from here I thought it was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks like a face.
See, that's how they get you. That's the scary part. You think you're seeing something horrific, but you might not be. Or maybe you are. So in the...
I love the deep ones. They're like going fishing.
Yeah. We'll have to show the cards as we play. The artwork is cartoony, but really fun. Look at that. That's initiates. We're going to talk about what these different things are. So up here in the right corner, in this little...
In the right corner.
Here.
In the right corner.
That is the magical or conjuring cost,
power.
right? So, over here is the money. This is how much money...
Oh.
It's not really money, it's mana.
Right.
But it's basically what you use to buy. You use your mana to spend the conjuring cost to be able to play the cards. And sometimes it's an ability up there too, like if you notice there's 2 things on here, so I'll explain what having 2 things means. But you have your conjuring cost, that's what it costs to buy the card.
Yeah.
And like any other deck builder, when you buy it, it goes into your discard pile to be played later. You have the name right here. You've got also color and type icons. So it's hard to see on these, but your base set is all black. It's all black. But if you notice, we have yellow, we've got purple, there's some green. Each of our colors basically is represented. And that helps you to determine which cards work together. So very similar to Star Realms, where you have your different factions. The colors are your factions in this. So you'll find some things only affect certain colors, and so you want to pay attention to this when it's talking about that, if that makes sense. And then there's also an icon down here that gives you a type. So these are people. These are like bases. There's artifacts, and I'll break down what that means. But just be aware, it's not just the label. The image also means something as well. Excuse me. You'll also find that on the side here are the abilities. Again, like Star Realms, only bigger. It's easier to see. You might have more than one ability, and then there's a totally cool illustration. That's literally what they say in the instructions. Totally cool illustration, and it is totally cool.
Yeah, cute.
Now, some things may have prerequisites, and I don't think there's anything out that does. Maybe that one. Oh, that one does. So if you notice, some of them have a card prerequisite, and what that means is you have to have a different,
No.
Wait, that one at the end.
Oh.
See, it's got a purple card there. What that means is, in order to use that power, you have to have a purple card in play in front of you. You can have used it or what have you, but it has to be in play for that card to go off. It chains off of that other card. That ability chains off that other card. But if you notice, that person has multiple abilities. So you might be using that card for one of those things, and one of those powers, you must make sure that you're hitting the prerequisite. Same thing with this one. You've got money ability here. You've got, I'll explain what that square thing is, but basically you have to have one of these yellow cards already in play. It doesn't count this one. So if I had these two cards, for example, and this one was in play, and then I played this one, then I can use this ability. Hopefully that makes sense. And this little symbol here isn't, if you notice, it looks like it's fuchsia, but it's not, because it's the same for every one of them. It's that same color. Right. That's an abjuration icon. And when it's used as a prerequisite, it means that if a card was abjured from anywhere this turn, you can activate that ability. Okay. Abjuring a card is just like trashing a card in Star Realms. Just gets you from the game. Yep. So hopefully that makes some sense. So the cards are one of 4 colors: yellow, purple, green, or black. And they can have one of 3 types. There's entity, artifact, or location. These are entity cards. They've got a person. Yep. These are artifacts because they have a Cthulhu jar. And these are locations because they have kind of like the Miskatonic. Looks like a clock tower.
Big pen.
I think it's the clock from Miskatonic University, though. I think is what it is. And those are all in the bottom left corner, as we just talked about. There's also a sanity value listed on the color type icon. So if you notice, there's sanity values kind of floating around on some of these. Excuse me. If the card is a location, it also has a sanity value listed on the color on the bottom left. So right here, that's a sanity value as well. So they have their own health, essentially, because your sanity is your health in this game. So this is sanity values that affect player sanity, and then this is how much sanity it itself has. Hopefully that makes sense.
So it's like it's defense.
Yes. Yeah. And then of course we know the conjuring cost. That's how much it costs. So this costs 4 mana to be able to buy. Right. And then each card will have 1 or more abilities, which is on the left. When you put a card from your hand into play, you put it face up in front of you. Each time you play a card, you can use each of its abilities once. If you have a location in play from a prior turn, you may also use each of its abilities once per turn as well. As you use abilities on cards, you may want to slide the cards to one side to indicate you've used them, or some or all of the abilities, or you could turn them upside down or flip them over, whatever you want to do to help keep track of what you're using. Because this one isn't quite like Star Realms, where you kind of have to play them out in order. You can just lay them out and just decide what you use to keep track of. Because you're going to throw it all away at the end of your turn anyway. Anything in your hand is going to go to your discard pile. So playing cards and activating abilities on cards can be done in any order, and you can even play a card, activate one ability on it, play other cards and activate abilities on them, and then go back to the first card and activate the remaining abilities on it, as long as you meet any prerequisites that are listed on that card. Does that make sense? So again, this is a slightly different, not quite different from Star Realms, but a little bit different.
So a single card can be used for all of its effects, potentially?
Yeah, as long as you have all the prerequisites. So you might play a card just to throw people off, use one of its abilities, and then lay out some prerequisites for the other ability, and then smack them with it. You could do that maybe because you're determining like what else happens to folks before you decide what you're going to use for next abilities or whether you're going to use next abilities. So this one's a little bit different from Star Realms in that way. You do not have to activate every ability on the cards you play. In fact, many abilities have one or two prerequisites, which means in order to activate the ability, you need to either have another card with the indicated color type in play, or the indicated thing needs to have happened at least once during current turn.
Okay.
A card never satisfies its own prerequisites. We just talked about that. So if I want to play this one, I can't just play this one.
Right.
I mean, I can play this, but it has to be another card.
There has to be another
Has
orange
this
card or yellow card.
because this technically would fulfill itself.
Right. There are no self-fulfilling prophecies.
Yeah. Well, not in this game.
Right.
In
There-
Cthulhu Mythos, yes.
That's a ton of them.
In Realms, no. It is possible for one card to satisfy the prerequisite for multiple other cards, though. So, for example, if I needed a purple card, and I play one purple card out, it could activate others.
You could have
Multiple
3
times.
cards that need purple. It doesn't matter. You have
Yep,
one
so you
purple.
And
play
for that
one.
matter, if, like, for example, if you had these two,
They
playing
could
one
affect
of
each other.
them would trigger, like, when you played the second one, they would meet the prerequisites of this,
Yes.
and vice versa.
They would trigger
and
each
so
other.
they trigger each other.
Yep, absolutely. That's why you don't have to play them all
Right.
in certain orders, because you may want to trigger a different way.
Yeah.
This is, I guess some people don't like this game as much as Star Realms because it can be a little bit confusing because of that. It's a bit chaotic.
It's definitely
but
a little bit more complex in that aspect.
It's
of-
definitely more
you gotta
complex.
pay
But
more
I like
attention
the
to it.
idea of it because it fits the theme,
Yeah.
in my opinion, because that's kind of what happens.
And because
in
you
these
never
types
know
of-
what's going on. Like, it's all,
Exactly.
there's so much stuff going on that, it's
Exactly.
like all of a sudden just, you'll be like going along, everything will be fine, and all of a sudden bad things are
And it's
happening.
not fine.
Yeah.
Yep, that totally makes sense.
Be like, I walked through a portal.
Now, some
It's
cards.
purple lightning. Why did you go through it?
Purple
Well,
lightning bolt of no.
there were big fish people over there. So I thought the lightning was a better choice.
Some cards isn't really showing up on here, so I'll bring it up a little bit further. But some cards have up here. Whoops! It disappeared. Come back. There, a double arrow icon. So initiates have that. And what that means, a double-sided arrow pointing at 2 different abilities means you may activate one
One or
ability
the other.
or the other.
Yeah.
You can't activate both. And then some abilities have the abjure symbol, which is that little star icon. And that means if you activate that ability, it also immediately abjures the card that is printed. You return it to the box.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's below the ability icon, so that's right here. So if you use this one, it's
So
gone.
if Abjure was up here in the corner, then that would mean that another card had to have been Abjured to make it work.
Correct.
If it's underneath, then that's meaning
If you use that ability.
you use that ability, it Abjures this card that
Yes.
you're using. That makes sense.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's another reason why you want to play things in different orders, because you might want to abjure that card so that an abjure ability on something else will go off.
Right.
But it needs to be in play for that to happen.
Makes sense.
So, excuse me. Excuse me. Some locations have a shield over the location icon, which I don't think any of them do. That one does. So if you have one of those are sanctuaries. You want to think of those as the bases with the shields where you have to attack them first. What happens is opponents may not apply loss of sanity to you while you have a location with that symbol in play. It's blocking you. They need to knock that thing out first. It's just like Star Realms in that way.
So these are black faces. These are gray bases.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly what they are. So they have to destroy it. Oh, this is interesting. It's a little bit different, actually. Opponents may not apply loss of sanity to you while you have a location with the symbol in play. They must destroy all of your sanctuaries before you can apply sanity loss to you. So if you have one of those in play, it affects everything.
So basically, it turns all of your locations into sanctuaries.
Yeah.
It's not just a sanctuary itself.
So if you
Oh,
had,
all your sanctuaries. Sorry, wait a minute. No,
Yeah.
because
No,
that's not a
yeah,
sanctuary.
yeah.
That's a regular
No.
location.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay,
Yeah.
that makes more sense. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, derp.
Okay.
I was like, wait a minute. This
This
seems
is why
different,
we
but it's not.
clarify
It's
this.
exactly the same as the blacks.
that would be
Because you have multiple black ones in Star Realms.
Now,
You
for
knock
these
those out
ones,
first.
is it a circumstance where there's things that will affect them and do damage to them, or is it a circumstance where you can choose to have it go to this instead of the?
if you don't want someone to use
I'm
these
trying to remember
abilities, you can
what's
make them go away instead of hurting the person, I suppose.
So the person who's dealing sanity damage to you would pick whether it's you or the location.
Oh, we haven't gotten to that yet.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it follows Star Realms, then yes.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. It's been a while
Yeah.
since I played it, so I'm trying.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to remember.
That's what it sounds like. Is this one is required
Right.
Yeah.
to go first?
So if you're going to do an attack on
And so
sanity,
it's-
it's going to automatically hit that base. So you're not going
It
to be
sounds like coming up is going to be that is
Right.
optional.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And a location with... Do we have any?
I don't know. You didn't say with what.
Sorry. It basically looks like this, except it has another image of the clock inside a shield in here. So it's not a person inside a shield, it's a symbol of this inside the shield.
Okay.
Oh.
So think of, like, clockception, because it's 2 clocks.
Hi,
maybe.
Toby.
Oh, he rubbed his butt and he was like, "Whoa!"
The cat got goose.
The cat literally just got goose. The look on his face. I wish I could have just. I know the camera's like pretty much up there permanently, but it would have been so great if I could have. The look on, he's like, "Oh," and then ran away. You didn't quite get him,
Right,
but it was close enough where he's just like, "Nope, we're not playing with this," and he ran away.
Well, so many things reaching down to pet his head, and it's just that was not
He
what was
turned
there.
around, right? His head was there.
Right,
It's
like,
so funny. As soon as you reach out and turn around, you're like, "Poke," and he's like, "Ah, well, we're gone now."
Hey, if that's what it takes to keep him off the table.
It'll temporarily keep him off. He's not going to be off forever.
Right.
So if one of those, like, if this has...
We have Clubception up here.
Yep, if we have Clockception, a Clockception is known as a Nexus.
Ooh.
Opponents may not apply loss of sanity to your locations that don't have this symbol while your location with that symbol is in play.
Ooh.
So it's literally like it's another layer of
shield.
defense.
It's a shield for
The
your
locations.
locations.
Yep. So if you had that in the Sanctuary in
So
play,
this
they have
is
to
a
hit
shield-
that,
so this is a
then they
shield
hit
for
the
you.
Sanctuary, then
Yeah.
they can hit you.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
It's literally
cool.
Clockception.
Yeah. All right. I like
That's awesome. They must destroy all of your nexuses before they can apply sanity to your other locations. However, they may still use the destroy a location ability on your other locations.
Right, so it's
not
just actual sanity
yeah,
damage.
strike damage happens.
Yeah.
But if you have stuff that just wipes it out, you can either wipe out the nexus or something else.
So, yeah, so you could endure anything,
yes,
but
Yep.
it doesn't protect you from abjuration. Okay.
exactly. It doesn't accept because destroy is not necessarily abjuration though. A destroy
There's a
puts it in your
destroy
discard.
location thing
yeah.
as well.
Okay.
Destroying a location does not abjure it unless it says it does, unless it has the actual symbol. Because remember, it's just like Star Realms. If you destroy a base, it just goes to your
Destroys
discard.
when it goes before Abjure gets it out
But
of
if
the.
you trash it, yeah. Scrap it, I mean, not trash it. And then we already know what the prerequisites for card icons are. You have to have another card of that in play to activate the ability. A type icon indicates you must have another card with that specified type, regardless of color, in play to activate the ability. So you may see
So things
these
like
symbols,
these,
but
with like the artifact or
Yep,
the person
exactly.
or the entity.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's exactly right. We knew it was coming. Wow, he hit the camera and the table,
Well
and
done.
just
Toads.
put his butt right on screen.
Hey.
And now his butt's sitting down on screen. Go that way. Keep going.
Yeah, there's something to sniff. Look, sniff, sniff, sniff.
Going for the soda. There's no soda in there anymore, honey.
Yeah, sniff.
Keep going. A little bit further.
Yeah, come over here. A little further, a little further. Okay. Thanks. Thanks.
Well, we'll keep explaining the rules anyway. The cat can sit there for a few minutes, but you're going to have to move Tobes.
Yep, alright.
He's got to be on camera. He's like a little ham.
He's like right now.
Now he looks like a whole side of ham, though, because he's so big. He's like, we're zoomed in.
Aw.
Aw, he loves that.
He does.
He just likes getting some attention.
He does.
He used to be so scared of people that I'm glad that, although
Yeah.
it's annoying, I'm glad that he does come up and socialize with you guys.
Yes.
Because when we moved here, he was my sister. Sorry, Jen, if you're watching. But she terrified him, and so he became super. He was antisocial
Aw.
anyway because
Yeah.
I didn't have company over very often at the apartment because
Right.
I went to other people's places because they actually had space.
Right.
And so he got left alone when I went and played games and stuff.
Yeah.
And then when we moved here, he met a lot of people all at once. It was very scary.
Yeah.
And then Jen wouldn't leave him alone, which was very scary. It is scary, isn't it? He got so scared that he tried to hide in the sleeve of her jacket while it was hanging up, and then it
Oh wow.
stuck. But yeah, that's so. For those of you watching who don't like cats on the table when you play games, sorry. It just fell right back. Look at that pile. All right, so we'll finish explaining the rules and then we'll try to get him off without knocking the camera over. We'll see how that works. Okay, so you're exactly right. So these, you must have those, something with that symbol in play, other than that specific card.
Right.
So in this case, if you need, well, it doesn't have any, but you know what I mean. It has to be,
So you need people to use the
This would be in play to
Yep.
be able to do this.
yeah,
This would need to be in play for something like that with the entity.
exactly. And it doesn't matter what color,
Right.
because they're just black icons. So you just need that card type, not necessarily the color.
So
And this is the only time you
initiate
need
would
colors.
work just fine.
Are you all
Yep.
happy?
He is. He's
Yeah, you-
hogging up you ham. A discard icon, which, let me see if anything out has a discard. It doesn't. Basically, it's this color, and it just has a minus sign. It doesn't have a number, it just has a minus sign. And it's tinier. It's an icon, so it'll be with the ability. But if you see one of these little squares that's kind of like an orangey square with a minus symbol on it, that means if you use that ability, or actually it says, discard icon means that if any player has discarded a card from their hand this turn, you may activate that ability.
Okay.
So even, because we go around rounds. We already talked about the Abjure, so if you have the Abjure icon, like this one does. Nope, that's not right. That's abjuring. If you have an Abjure icon in the corner here, I don't think any of the cards do. They have lots where
It's hard to tell anymore.
abjuring happens.
Yeah, none of them have them.
And then there's some that forces an abjure if you have or you can abjure. Yeah, lets you abjure your own cards.
Yeah, I mean it has the.
Yeah, this
have to
this one is actually an abjure ability.
Yeah.
But if you have a teeny icon that has that symbol, what that means is if a card was abjured from anywhere, so any player, anywhere, then you can activate that ability. And then there's 6 different kinds of abilities, which we have also illustrated on the side of our player mats. But the first one is draw or discard cards. This has a positive value on it. Choose a player and draw that many cards from their personal deck.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
Do you actually keep them?
I don't
Or
know.
do you draw it from their deck?
It's this if you do the draw action like this one,
Right.
if it has a positive value, you choose a player to draw that many cards. Oh, you choose a player and they get to
Right.
draw.
They draw,
I was like,
okay.
whoa.
Right. And then
If it has a negative value, you choose a player and they discard that many cards. If it has both a positive and a negative value, you choose a player to do both. Draw, then discard. That's my ice machine. If you need to draw a card, you have none left in your personal deck, shuffle your discard pile. That's the only time you shuffle. You have to wait till you've completely decked out before you can shuffle. And then you place it face down in your personal deck. And then if it's the Abjure card ability, like that one up there, the deep ones, you choose a card with a conjuring cost of 6 or less from your hand or your discard pile or the available cards in the center. So you actually can do the trade row too.
I'm assuming
that card.
the 2 trade rows that are actually.
The ones you're actually
oh,
able
you
to.
could combo that nastily then,
Yeah.
because you could be like, oh, I'm going to abjure this card, and then I'm going to acquire and take it from take it out the pile. Like, that's a sneaky
Well,
way
because
of
abjuring
getting
actually
cards.
takes it out of the game, though.
Right, but the acquire card ability actually pulls it from the abjure pile if it was abjured this
Oh!
turn. So that you can literally combo it to be like, I don't want to pay 8 for that, so I'm going to abjure it, and then I'm going to just take it.
Well, it's like you
6
can't
or less.
abjure.
Yeah, because it has to be 6 or less.
Yeah, you can abjure at 6.
Well, Rubistic, whatever, which is probably
But
why
that is
you
one
can't
thing you can
abjure.
do. It's another thing to, if you don't have enough money to buy something from the market, that's a great way to get crap out so you can maybe pull something cheaper.
Yeah.
But yeah, so 6 or less. So for me, it would be these 2. For Ian, it would be those 2. For Beth, it would be the top ones.
The ones you can't see because Toby's on them.
The ones that, Toby's butt
You
is
can
kind of
actually
blocking.
see everything
He's really
except
only blocking
for
the
the
initials.
I
He's
can't
sitting on
see
the initials. Good grief. That's nasty.
I know.
Maybe put it in the tins.
Yeah, but the cover's on it. It's like I was trying to, but I'm like the cover on it.
Because
That's
eventually it's
gonna
going to
be the
solidify on
worst.
the yoga mat.
Right.
Well, I was trying to get it.
Nasty.
Almost gonna.
Just pet him flat-fingered so that you don't... Well, because she's using your fingernails.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, because he won't let you get near him with the brush, so
That's true. Well, he will. He just likes to chew on it.
which
He's
is very
happy with what
help-
you're doing.
yeah.
He's not unhappy at all. with
I
that.
know. That's why I do it. 'Cause I know he likes it.
He does.
He does.
He's like, oh yeah. Yeah.
It's not the Kool-Aid cat.
How do you know? You could be the Fonz.
Oh yeah.
No, that would be.
And then if you draw a card
And he has
from the
no
available
thumbs,
cards
so.
other than Initiate, replace it with a new card from the general deck. The general deck's actually going to be flipped over. We're going to be able to see what's coming up next, which is kind of neat. I just forgot to do it because I'm dumb.
It's unusual. So
Yep. Acquire an abjured card. Choose a card in the box that was abjured this turn and place it on top of your deck. So what we'll probably do is just put the abjured cards over here until the end of each round. Like when it cycles back to me, I'll take them and put them in the box so we know these are available, whatever's not. You know what I mean? And then if you have this symbol, which is this one right here, you gain conjuring power. Add the number shown in your conjuring power for that turn. At any time during your turn, you may spend some or all of your conjuring power. Acquire any number of cards from the available cards in the center of the table. When you acquire a card by spending conjuring power, I can't talk today, place that card directly into your discard pile. And then you flip immediately to add a new card to the trade. There should, it says there should always be 5 available cards, but there should always be 6 available cards for us.
Right.
So if there's not, we'll shuffle the discard pile. You do not have to spend all of your conjuring power at the same time, but any power not spent at the end of your turn does not carry over to your next turn. And then these symbols, the little sanity symbols, are gain, lose sanity. If this has a positive value in it, choose a player to gain that much sanity. It could be you. Same thing with discards and drawing. You can target yourself. You can target somebody else or target yourself. So if you want to cycle out your hand, you can be like, get rid of that and draw new cards. If it has a negative value in it, choose a player or location in play to lose that much sanity. When you choose a player, that player adjusts their sanity cube. I guess it's a cube, but it's a head. We all start out with 50. I don't think anybody can see these numbers, but we will go down. Whoever goes to 0 goes insane and is out of the game. If a location loses as much sanity as its sanity value, in a single turn, the location descends into bedlam. It is destroyed and placed in its owner's discard pile. If you do not apply enough sanity loss to a location to destroy the location, it will calm down at the end of this turn, and the sanity loss does not carry over, so it will regenerate. That's cute how they explain that. We already talked about the destroy location.
Except it's not Bedlam Sanitarium, it's Arkham Sanitarium, but that's okay.
Choose a location belonging to any player. That location is destroyed and placed in its owner's discard. If you're the only player with sanity left, you win. Thanks for making that so much worse, Toby.
That was beautiful too.
He's so comfortable.
That was beautiful.
He's like, screw these cards. If you're the only player with sanity left, you win. If the general deck runs out of cards, the player with the most sanity remaining wins, so we don't get to reshuffle that. Further times result in universal loss and suffering. We'll save this aside in case we need it, but that's basically the rules.
You should go see what she's doing.
Okay. You should go see what Patty's doing so we can put the board back into... Don't touch his butt. Apparently he doesn't like that.
I know.
What's really funny is whenever she hits, like, there's a certain spell that says she hits it, all of a sudden his eyes just go, whoa.
Yeah, it's like, this is good.
Yeah.
And then when she moves, his eyes roll back in his head. So, Tobes, you could leave now. Oh, he's not liking the butt touching.
I was hoping he would get up if I did it just right, so that he
I can
wouldn't
try to
attack
reach
me.
If
for
you
him.
just push him, he usually, like, push him.
Yeah, hi.
Don't be scared of him. He won't react.
Hi. Yeah. No.
That's worse.
No, that wasn't what you were supposed to do. Not at all. I know, you're getting the look. I know.
Yeah.
You're getting the look.
Hang on. Oh. Do you have any paper? Do you have any paper? Anybody have any paper? I just need a piece of paper that I can crumple up.
I don't have an actual piece of paper. I can go get a knife and napkin or something.
We can do. It's not using it anymore. Where are we?
You can print it again. Hi. You like this? You like this smell? Follow it this way.
Toby.
Follow it this way.
Tobes. You can do it. Oh. Go after that map.
Yeah, there you go.
So let's fix this mess. Alright, these are your cards to shuffle.
Okay. So I don't have to pay for the ones that are already in my deck, right? Just the ones so I don't have to pay to play them. I just have
Correct.
I just have to pay to get them.
To get new ones. And then that, if you could flip it over, because we get to see what's coming up next. Nope, flip the whole deck. We literally, the draw pile is always face up. Isn't that weird?
Mm-hmm.
But it's great because you know what's coming next, so you can really affect how you play. So you will draw 5 cards. I will be player 1, so I will draw 3. Hate being player 1 for that very reason.
Hey, the coaster said it had to be, so it had to be.
That coaster.
Because trust me, I tried.
All right. Sorry, just looking at what I might or might not be able to buy. Okay, so I will. I've got 2 followers. We'll want to say what we're playing because it can be seen a little bit, but not like what they can do and stuff. So I'm playing 2 followers and a goon. So I will buy a ghoul because that's 2. Goes to my discard pile. And then you won last game, so I'll do the first point of sanity to you because that's a -1 sanity. And those go to my discard pile. And then when it's the end of your turn, you draw 5 cards. And now it is Beth's turn.
Do you draw 5 cards or draw up to 5?
You draw 5.
Okay.
Yep. And if you can't, then
Because
you shuffle.
You use all your cards.
Yep.
They,
Oh, right.
They get
Yeah.
used or discarded on you.
That's
It doesn't
right, that's
matter.
right, I get you.
Alright. So I have 2 followers, so I can.
Did we get any innate conjuring power? Or
Nope,
no,
it's
only
all
when
done with
it goes.
cards.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So I can buy a fragment. My 2 followers. I have another follower that does absolutely nothing because I can't.
Excuse me.
There were no 3s available. So there it is now, but there wasn't then. And I have 2 sanities. And
I finally figured out how these are used. You slide them up this way.
yep, 1 extra. Yep. 5 plus 1. Since there's 2, 1 for each.
Okay. Alright, Ian, it is your turn.
Alright, so I got.
I almost want to just try a trade market roll very similar to this with Star Realms.
2 followers and an initiate, which are all going to be for conjuring power.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy myself a Miskatonic Library.
I don't blame you.
And
Shields already.
yeah,
I remember that doesn't ever get this card unless it gets destroyed.
right.
You
It's,
put it on
but
top
it's-
above your deck so people can see it on the
Oh,
screen.
does it play immediately? I thought it would.
Oh,
no,
those you just
no,
heard.
it's
Sorry,
just-
so
it's-
sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a hard
and
time
then-
telling the difference between.
And then I would play the 2 goons, and I guess I'll do the same thing, so split the difference.
Alright. Okay. Alright.
I guess I don't need to see my deck, so I'll just put my play cards there.
That's interesting. Did you notice on the initiate the abjuration symbol has an arrow next to it?
No, I did not. Oh, it does.
It's weird.
Maybe that's just indicating that it's going.
Oh,
away.
you know why? It's because it's probably like Explorers. Initiates don't get removed from the game. It abjures back to its own discard pile.
Oh, right.
That's probably what that means.
So if you use it, you're using.
If you use the second one,
So you can use the one without abjuring it, but if you
Yes.
want to use both -1s, then you have to abjure it. Okay.
yes, but you don't abjure it out of the game. It goes
Just goes
to
back
its
to
discard
the
pile.
Right,
Oh,
because there aren't that many of them. And that
Yeah.
makes sense. Mhm.
All right, so I think I'm going to use all of this for money. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus a goon. I'm gonna buy the Migo because I need more green. And then, hi Toby. Toby or not Toby? There's something only costs 1.
Nope.
There.
You have 6 though, don't you?
I know, but I could either buy a 3, like I could buy
or
this,
buy a 2 and then have.
or buy a 2. I think I'm gonna buy the 2. I'm gonna stick with green for a little bit just to make sure I have a chance to, because these guys I can't even use their power unless. And that's a crazy old man, or a terrible old man. And then for the 1 point, because I did a point to Beth last time, I'm gonna do 1.2 this time.
That's what I figured.
Keep it
So
even for
we're
now.
even. Can I say just how happy I am that you actually bought something?
What do you mean?
Because I have exactly 7 mana.
Oh, and you wanted the old man to come up?
Well, no. I mean, I was thinking what I'm going to buy, and you pulled the 7. That was like exactly like I could buy.
Terrible old
I
man.
can buy
Wow,
the terrible
he
old
does
man.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
heals too,
yeah.
or does lots of damage,
Yeah.
or other things.
So he's. I think I'm going to buy
He is
him.
terrible, or not terrible, depending. Other people will think he's terrible if she uses him for healing.
Right.
It's a good card.
Yeah, which is why that's why I'm actually gonna take him for my full 7 points of mana. So that's 7.
What a fun little game.
And initiates are that or that, so I use them. So there we go. Ooh, White Leaf Flower Room.
Oh, so my go
Yep.
ahead and go. Okay. So I'm going to follower
Where are you following her to?
to the initiate. So that's going to give me a total of 6, and I'm going
the younger
To
Watley
get the
brother.
younger Watley brother.
Ooh. And that brings out the MU medical student.
Mm-hmm.
And I will not abjure. So.
Alright. Alright. Five and a goon. I'm gonna buy Wheatley Farm. And this time I'll do a point to Beth. Bouncing back and forth.
Okay.
This is not. There we go. I hate how they do the new text in this.
Well, I'm gonna goon you just because you gooned me, so I'm gonna goon you back.
Alright.
Because I only get one goon this time, so I can't really. Do I want it? I kind of want it. No. That's nice, though.
Wow, that's huge.
Well, it always starts that way.
Right.
Sorry about that. Not enough. Alright, I guess I'll have to do it. I kind of wanted to keep that, but I guess I can't. I'm gonna have to waste all 5 of my points to get a 4, because I can't. I was gonna get the 3 and do the damage. I think I might.
Very good.
I know. But I kind of want to get the actual sanitarium. So, because then I have the thing in play.
Right.
So, I'm just going to take
I'm not
that.
trying to. Did I not draw?
I don't think you did.
I wanted to make sure I updated it for the. Wow.
Okay. So, my turn?
Yep.
I'm going to follow our initiate and follow our initiate. Or just initiate, follow.
Follow that initiate.
So that's going to give me a total of 6.
Mm-hmm.
Which
You get 3 and 3.
I'm actually going to do 4 and 2 and do the deep ones and another initiate. A ghast. And I have a goon, which, you're at 47, you're at 47. What the heck?
Did you just do the damage to yourself?
Yeah, why not?
Wow.
He's already becoming one of us.
Exactly.
That's insane.
That is the point.
Yes,
Alright, I have
it is.
4 conjuring
obviously.
stars, so I think I'm going to take the ghast who's drinking bottled water. Is that what he's doing?
Mm-hmm.
I should get more initiates, though, is what I should do. Wait a minute. Let me think. Because they're worth 2 conjuring money, right?
Yes, if you use them for things.
Oh no, he's drinking SPF. He's putting on suntan lotion.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to take 2 initiates. I need the money.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do... Everybody has equal health. to...
That's why I made it hard for everybody.
Well, I can do damage to each of you, but one is going to
Right.
be a lot. So,
Right.
Or I can do mega damage to one person, but I think I want to, since we each have so much health, that it'd probably be a good idea to split it.
Mhm.
So, 1 to 10, Beth will get hit by the Migo. And then 11 or higher, it'll be you. And then whoever doesn't get hit by it will get hit by the ghoul. So, 6 points to Ian and 3 points to Beth.
6 points to me?
Yeah, because I can use these two.
Oh,
Just
those
both
two
together.
Yeah.
Because she used this one, which is a green, so that triggers this one and that one, and then she used that one, so that one triggers that one.
Okay.
So, yeah. They're evil that way.
They are. And then he has an abjure power. I'm going to abjure one of my followers. Wait. Do I have Goon in here? Nope. Shoot. It can be from anywhere, right? Remove a card from... I need to check something, because if it can be from my discard pile, I might get rid of a Goon.
I think it might.
That's what I need to check. Your hand, your discard pile, or the available cards. So I can get... Oh, that's better than Star Realms. Get rid of Goon. I'm trying to get my money up there. So this I'm going to put over here, because it was abjured this turn. Alright. That is everything.
Okay. That's probably a nice thing to do. Yeah. Alright.
I almost want to sleeve these so they'd be easier to shuffle, but then they don't fit in that box.
Yeah.
They're good quality cards, though.
Yeah.
I don't have to sleeve them, but...
So I'm going to initiate follower to buy another Arkham Sanitarium to get a hunting horror. That's all of those you can do. Those are all black, so they're kept for anything. Anyway, then I am going to 3 you for 3ing me. Okay. Then I am going to 5 me. And then you're still higher than him, so I'm going to 4 you. That's a terrible old man.
Alright, so I'm going to play my Miskatonic Library. I'm going to go ahead and draw 2 cards myself.
Kind of also why I wanted to hit you while I could, because I knew that would be coming up soon. So I tried to hit you with both of them, because I knew that was coming up.
What? Oh, mine?
No, hit
Oh,
with
because
the
mine
tonic.
doesn't have a shield.
I know, that's why I should have hit him with both of them.
Yeah.
Because I can hit you from now, because I can't. Well, I mean, it's only 3 health. We can kill him.
Okay, so 4.
Wow.
And I'm going to get myself a cast. And
Is that E.T.? What is that? That's a
That's
cow
a
flying over the moon?
You
You have to show the audience that. Hang on, bring that, because it's not even on screen. Look at that.
That's great.
The guy's like, look, I saw it. The artwork of this is awesome. They weren't lying in the instruction manual, guys.
Yes. So, I can't do any of the other benefits, but I was originally going to hit you for 5 or hitting me for 6, but she's now in the ahead by a wide margin, so I'm going to throw all 6 at you, unfortunately, because you got that extra 5.
Oh, yeah, I mean.
So that's going to go to you.
That was 6, right?
Yep. And then this stays in play until it's gone, right? So
Yep.
that doesn't get
Until somebody kills it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Don't get me wrong, it'll probably happen pretty quickly, but...
So with my 2 followers, I will buy an initiate, please.
That's the last one.
For now, because I'm going to have to start abjuring stuff. I am going to probably hit Beth for a whole bunch of damage. She did 8 to me last time. So I'm going to do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to you.
Then I'll just have to give all my damage to you.
You can if you want to.
Well, I mean, I can't hit him, so.
Yes, you can. You don't have
No.
to read him.
I can't hit him,
Yeah.
You can hit that.
which does nothing, because it's just going to be recover. So So how
I
many?
mean, it's not recovered.
It will as soon as the turn is over. I
You have
can't
to do
kill it.
you have to do the full damage
It's the
to
exact
one
same-
turn
it's
to
the exact
take
same
it
thing.
It
down.
has a sanity of 3. Oh, you can't.
I
oh, so you're
can't
saying-
kill it.
Right.
I'm not talking about right now. I thought you were saying you
No.
couldn't kill it
No,
ever.
she's
Right.
talking
Like
about
3
it.
sanity.
Like I'm gonna have
It's like
to
this
keep,
turn.
I'm gonna have to keep hitting you with it.
Adrian Goon.
How much is it?
10.
10.
Yes. I'll be doing less damage. I've got 2 goons gone now.
should
My,
draw
my
my
goons are
cards.
all gone.
Goon's
Yes.
gone?
Goon's gone.
Okay.
Technically, that was out of game.
So I'm gonna
I'm
4.
just gonna do this way.
So I'm
Stop it,
gonna
Toby.
hunting 4.
Grumpy.
And then
Grumpy
I'm
cat.
gonna do 2 damage to you. Like I said, I can't do anything else.
Well, no, I was misunderstanding. I thought you said.
Yep.
I thought you were saying you can't ever do
No.
that trick. So I'm like, you just did 8 damage to me in 1 turn.
Yeah,
You should be able to
but
eventually
that's
destroy it.
with all my damage. Those were all my damage dealing cards. Like, I got nothing.
Okay.
So,
Oh, sorry. How many did you say? 2. Okay.
It's not even 3.
that's fine.
It's nothing.
I just wasn't. I was trying to move the cards. I want to make sure I was paying attention.
It's nothing.